I have often cited that my hobby of photography may have brought about my persecuted and torturous existence, one I've endured since 2009. It would not have been these more photogenic images which proved my downfall. I attended protests within London over the years, and as my targeted life began or went live in 2009, could my attendance at the G20 anti-capitalist protest in London Square Mile area in April of that year have been the cause for me to be singled out for some state-approved, extrajudicial, lifelong, psychological and physical destruction, which for the most part is actioned covertly? It's that or my predilection for grooming young boys, girls and alpacas, but I have no way of finding out. If you watched my friendliest neighbours in London video, you'll know the tenant in the flat opposite had implied from the hallway of her flat that I had had sex with young men. She didn't actually say young boys, but voices within that flat have said the word pedo, as in pedophile or paedophile, as have strangers away from the block. Truth be told, I haven't groomed or had sex with any young men or young women, nor young boys or girls or alpacas. I've been a disgusting individual in a distant past and done some very regrettable and horrible things, but grooming, molesting, raping or downloading violent porn or child abuse images are not actions I'm guilty of from my shameful past, nor now. I've said in other videos, I believe the state have exacted some form of revenge porn as part of my targeting. Did my past shameful horrors help single me out for my targeted life? And was I watched and recorded within the privacy of the flat or elsewhere? What has been used as part of my persecuted and tortured life since 2009 still remains a mystery because the police, residents and others are collectively collaborating in the silence. Here's me wearing a mask indoors. Didn't want to catch the modern day version of the Black Plague now, did I? Actually, this is me back in 2011 at that previous address in Peckham, where my new targeted existence began. I'm wearing the mask because the gang-stalking tenant and his accomplices in the flat below smoked, and their ciggy smoke infiltrated the flat, and as a lifelong non-smoker, it was horrible breathing in the second-hand smoke. I can't recall now whether the mask helped. I look quite healthy in this image, but I've been targeted for less than 2 years, and the burning sensations and aches to my parts of my body hadn't began then, but 14 years of being gang-stalked has left its mark, and the cumulative elements of being spied upon, harassed and harmed in various ways, plus some humiliation and ridicule to deal with, has meant the metaphorical ugly stick has bashed me around the face over these targeted years. Notice I have one of the old style bulky monitors. It's a Dell and doesn't have a webcam. I don't think the older separate monitors had webcams. Mine certainly didn't. This may be important because of that revenge porn aspect of my targeting. Although I've been using laptops since moving to Dayak Court in 2013, the screen of the one I use for going online got damaged a few years ago, and I'm currently using the dinosaur that is that Dell monitor with the laptop. Of the few laptops I have had over the years, I always covered the webcam, as I have no need for one, and don't want to be spied on. If I have been recorded secretly within that previous flat, where was the camera or cameras? My abundant and better than credible evidence of my pariah status is currently being studied by the police once again, because I made a complaint against them, and I look forward to what evasive measures they'll use this time to wriggle out of their involvement in my targeting. In an honest world, they wouldn't have a leg to stand on, but we live in a highly corrupted world, so I don't anticipate a truthful admission from them. But which deceitful excuse will they find this time? Although the previous gang-stalking neighbour moved out of flat 7, the flat below, I do have at least one gang-stalker within Dayak Court. The other tenants do play their part in my covert destruction, as they are collaborators. Whether they believe they are doing the right thing or not, my aim, and it's one I've repeated often, is to help prove these targeting operations.